So our next session is from Daniel Fernandes. He is a Brazilian software developer, and I like Dan. He also is known as Dinos Dev or Dinos Dev, depending on the way you want to pronounce it. You'll see him on Instagram. I think he's on a few other things as well. I'm hoping he'll join us for the Q&A. We did send him a link, but if not, I'll email him. Perhaps he's not going to. Oh no, it says he's going to turn up for the Q&A. Yeah. No, it doesn't actually. It doesn't say he's going to do the Q&A. So maybe he's not. But if he does, and I hope he does, then we'll get him to come along. But this is Daniel Fernandez and AI voice interaction with your ERP.
Hello everyone, welcome Embarcadero AI Code Camp. My name is Daniel Fernandes and today I talk to you about AI voice integration. I show you how the AI voice integration can change your user experience on your software. The voice interaction if your ERP AI change your software experience. Let's go. Topic is this presentation. What are LLMs? What is Whisper? About the GPT model and chat? Best library. Required library we need to run this project and explain the code on the practice. Okay? Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Daniel Fernandes. I am senior software developer at Tapasoft. I'm Embarcadero MVP, over 10 years of experience in Delphi, graduate in information technology management. I'm postgraduate in software engineer. I am a creator of Dinos Dev on Instagram, member of the Delphi Naveia community, instructor for the official Embarcadero Delphi trainings, developer of the Dinos Office component, is a LibreOffice component for Delphi, is open source and available on my GitHub, and I am speaker. What are LLMs? Large language models are artificial intelligent models that use deep neural networks to understand and generate text. Here's how they work. Data driven. They are training with millions or billions of texts from the internet to learn language patterns. Transformer architecture. They use a framework called the transformer, which process words in the parallel and capture relationships between them, such as attention to important words. Word predication. Given an input text, the model predicates the next most likely word. Repeat the process to generate current sentence. Fine tuning. After initial training, they can be refined for specific tasks such as chatbot or translators. No real understanding. They don't think. They just calculate probabilities based on the data they've seen. In summary, LLM are intelligent autocomplete that simulate human language using mathematics and massive data. Whisper is an AI model from OpenAI designed for speech recognition. It converts audio into text with high accuracy if under challenging conditions. How it works? Architecture based on transform 2 like GPT but adapted to process audio. Use an encoder decoder. Encoder transform audio into numerical representation like spectrograms, vectors, and analyze the sinusoidal waves. Decoder generate the corresponding text from this vector. Training. It was trained with 6,000 hours of audio in several languages with accurate transcript. Different data, voice, accents, background noise, and even code snippet or technical terms. Operation step by step. Divide the audio into small snippets, kind of a 30-second for tokens. Transform the audio signal into a spectrogram, visual representation of frequencies. Process with the encoder to extract patterns. The decoder generates text word by word like an LLM, but trained for transcription, not create the text. And special features is a multitasking, can transcribe, translate, and even detect the language automatically. Robustness, handle accents, noise, and unclear Spanish well. He is open source, unlike the other models of OpenAI. Whisper have limitations. It's not perfect, can make mistakes on uncommon words or ambiguous context. Consume a lot of computer power for long audio files. In summary, Whisper is a super powerful listener. About GPT. The ChatGPT is developed based on natural networks and machine learning with a focus on virtual dialogues. The idea is that it could enhance the experience and features offered by virtual assistants like Alexa or Google Assistant. Think of it as a super intelligent virtual assistant that can chat with you, understand what you mean, and generate responses that seem like they were writing by a human. It doesn't have a consciousness or feelings, but it's very good at process and generate language. About the BESS library. BESS is an audio library for use in a software across various platforms. Its purpose is to provide developer with powerful and efficient samples, streams, MP3, MP2, MP1, OGG, and other formats, custom generated and more via OS codecs and plugins. One caveat is that BES is open source for an open source project. For commercial purpose, license must be purchased from the BES website. Libraries will be need to build the project. Git or GitHub, OpenAI Whisper for audio transcription, and we need Conda to interact with Whisper in a Python model, and environment control. We will not need to write lines of code in Python, just only in Delphi. We need PyTorch, Chocolate, FFmpeg, and Delphi OpenAI. In order to work with Whisper, we need to install some other dependencies first. We will start with Conda. I recommend use the Anaconda distribute. We will use the Conda to create the environment. After install, we need to open Anaconda browsers, Conda PowerShell, and create the environment. Follow these steps. Well, with the Anaconda navigator opening, we will open the PowerShell into Anaconda and write this code conda create an environment name Python 3.9, and I flag yes for continuous installation. Wait a second. After this installation, we need change the environment for the new environment. We use conda activate environment name and done. Now we need to install PyTorch in our environment. It's responsible for audio process. It is recommended to use a computer with a NVIDIA video card compatible with CUDA cores 11.8 or higher. However, for the developed environment, for a computer without a video card, there is an option of using only the CPU. With these options, instead of using the video memory for processing, the RAM memory will be used in conjunction with the CPU. The performance is much lower, but it works very well for testing environment. I just don't recommend it in release mode. Let's go to the installation. Let's get the Windows version. I will install it only with CPU because this laptop doesn't have a video card. Just run this comment and wait. We installed into a control environment with it conda, as if it were a machine dedicated to this process. Now we need to install Chocolate. Chocolate is a package manager that we need to download FFmpeg. To install Chocolate, we must follow these steps. First, check the system execution policy. If return bypass, it's okay to continue. If not, we need to run one of these two commands. For me, the second one usually works. After you have the execution policy configured, just run the next command and wait for it to finish. Now we have the Chocolate installed. We need to install to FFmpeg. We need just run this command in as environment. After we can go install the Whisper. I left this image here so we can see the available transcriptions model. Tiny model is the most basic. Its transcription is not very reliable and gets lost a lot. Base is a great for testing environment. It is fast and doesn't get lost much. In additional to maintain the context well. Small has a reasonable speed and is very faithful in the transcription, but it has a delay. Medium takes a long time to perform the transcription, but it is extremely faithful to the audio provider. I was not able to test the large model as don't have 10 gigabyte of VRAM. Well, let's go to installation. We need install ffmpeg now. For audio codecs, using this command, choco install ffmpeg type yes to continue and that's it. Now we are installing Whisper. Run this command pipe install OpenEye Whisper and wait. Finally, run this command to update the Whisper version. And remember, all these commands are available in this presentation. For BAS, after downloading, include the source file bas.bas in the project and the DLL bas.dll along with it. To use ChatGPT on the file, use this component. Is recommended on OpenAI website. You can use the get it for install. After you need access this link to generate API key for integration. I create some mirrors to make it easier to use. Within these mirrors, I encapsulate the complexity of the code. To use it, just add it to your project, the best files and the genus breed. The best breed it's make it easier to use, since the best class is extremely complex. So I encapsulated it and made it easier to use. I did the same for the ChatGPT. For Whisper, I created a conversion mechanism between Delphi and the Python model, where Delphi sends commands to Conda. We wait your response. Let's see this in the practice. For the ChatGPT bridge, you need to inform the API key. The project flow is as follows. Best capture the audio, send to Whisper. Whisper translates, send to GPT to process a natural response to the captured audio. GPT response is a sent for text to Spanish conversion. The GPT response in voice is passed to Bass to play and respond to the captured audio. Let's see. Now I will introduce the program to you. The program will capture audio with bass, transcribe it to text with whisper, execute commands, and return a response in natural language. Look at. I would like register a client.
Okay, let's start registering the new client. I'll ask you for some information. Follow the steps. What is the client's name?
Trinity.
Now I need to know what the state registration number is.
The number is 112589.
And what is the Peter CPF?
The number is 413665. It here. Did it have a limit for a character?
Can you tell me the contact phone number?
The number is 1112566. And here.
Could you inform me the zip code, please?
The number is 12121.
What would be the street?
The 17th Avenue. The telephone number is wrong. I edit here.
House number?
Then
In the address?
not yet.
I need to know what is the neighborhood.
Center of the city.
Could you provide me with the municipality code?
SP. Look at
To
here.
finish, could you please let me know the state abbreviation?
SP. Look at here is in edit mode. Now it posted.
Yes.
Please close this screen. Now we can go generate an invoice. I would like generation a new invoice.
Okay, let's issue an invoice. Follow the steps. For which customer will we issue the invoice?
Daniel.
What is the product code that we will include in the invoice?
A2.
Do you want to add one more item?
No.
Are all the data correct? Can I issue the invoice?
Yes. Now I need to select the certify. And we have this invoice. Well, now let's see the code. To do this project with AI, we need the meters mentioned above. This is the project. And here in the meter folder, we have BAS. See how complete it is, but it has a certain complexity that for more beginners developers, it may not be nice. So I create Genus BAS which encapsulate this complexity. See, we have the main codes here in the public decision, such as recording and stopping the recording, play the audio, stopping, and the other controls that can be seen in the example. This library has built within the singleton patterns. They contain a single instance of the code. This is the abstraction for GPT. It includes the voice enumerables to make it easier to configure. Just add the API key and it's ready to use, where we can send a message and convert text to voice. And Whisper. In this class, the file assembles a conda command and waits for the return according to weight we configure. For example, we can choose the audio language, enumerables, what type of the device we will use for processing CPU or video card, and which model we will use. We have to pass some of the parameters here, such as the Anaconda installation path, normally in C, your user, Anaconda 3, the environment which we create in Conda when starting the installation, the language, the model, and device. FPS 16 is only available for execution with video card. After configured, just call execute. And here it creates the communication with Conda according to the parameters. Chat is a frame that can be attached anywhere, where we have example of how to use the meters. For bass, I create and I pass the microphone ID and frequency. When I change the combo, I release the singleton from memory and recreate it according to the select microphone and frequency. To use, just call the singleton and use free song and start record. To use Whisper, we save the audio and pass into Whisper. Save and stop record and release the file through free song. After create the Whisper instance and performing the configuration, note the name of the environment. That's what we create. And in Synchronize, I take us to GPT, where I create an instance define the voice I want to use capture the audio send. To GPT process it, generate a response, and I pass its response to itself. Generate an audio from this response and return into Bass to make play song. This is how this integration with AI works, fast and simple. That's folks. I hope you enjoyed it and that it contributed in some way. If you want to follow me on social media, just search for Dinos Dev and we can talk there. The project GitHub in the on the screen. And thank you guys. See ya.
And we're back. Uh, hey, Daniel, I see you're in the chat. I've emailed you a link. If you want to join live, you're welcome to. If you don't want it, that's fine. I get it. I'm a bit scary sometimes, but if you want to join, there's a link in your email. Just put it in the chat, and just say in the chat whether you want to join or not. If not, that's fine. I totally get it. That was interesting. Bass DLL. I'll tell you something about that. Years and years ago, I'm trying to remember what it was, but it must have been in the late 90s. I think Bass was around then. And aha, he has joined. There you go. Hey,
Hello, Ian.
hi, good to see you again. Yeah, I was just going to say, the Bass library was around years ago, and I actually wrote a radio player that did internet radio using the Bass audio library. It was the very first open source program I ever wrote, funnily enough. So there you go. It's one of those things. Let me just get rid of that caption because I want to do something else as well. It's kind of going to embarrass you a little bit, but you'll be fine. And that is one thing you need to know about Daniel. First of all, he's a great MVP. He's Brazilian. Brazil has every MVP on the planet who's brilliant, I'm sure. But also he has this, which is the ultimate sign of loyalty to the cause, I think. There you go. He's got the Delphi tattoo.
Here.
Yeah, there you go. It's the real McCoy. And, you can go up, rub it. I mean, I have tattoos myself, but they're not quite Delphi yet. I'm thinking I'm going to have to get one now. I think I said that when I saw you in Brazil. Thanks for your video. It's very interesting. Lots of comments from people saying, it would be very interesting to have a voice interaction in programs, but in the IDE as well. But that's not really what you were aiming at, I saw you use the Python stuff. Dion is cheering you on. There you go. The Brazilians are all
Thanks,
they're all they're all supporting each other. You guys are great, honestly. For those of you that don't know Daniel as well, that at Dinos Dev, which is the handle at the end of his name there, you can follow him on Instagram. I do. He's also got links to Delphi. Now I'm going to try and say this properly. Delphi Nevaeh, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, which means Delphi in the veins, right? In the blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it, but they.
Yeah, it means in the veins. That's. I had Fernando explained it to me, so I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. But I watch you guys quite often when you do live streaming. The Delphi Nevaeh guys and girls, actually. I think you had a girl on there before, but all of you stream live coding, and it's Delphi coding, and this is important, to do that because you show other people what it is you're coding, and you can show how easy it is using Rad Studio, and I really am grateful for that, because it helps me get the message out as well. But it's really good stuff. Meltdown Sharkhaven, which is the craziest name ever, says 100% interesting session, Dan. AI is the best. So there you go.
Oh, thank you.
And Maxi Donkey, who is an AI guy, said you downloaded Whisper on the Hugging Face. Okay, well, I'm not sure, but I think that's good. Is there any thing, because we're going to go over to our next session in about 5 minutes. Is there any particular point you wanted to make? Because I know you use Python, but there are ways of doing it in Delphi as well. Was there something specific to mention?
Sorry, I called the man for help me translate, but I
understand.
don't know if you hear.
Yeah, I know. I always point out to anybody that goes, "Hey, he's not understanding your English." Hey, you understand much more English than I understand Portuguese, so it's good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
in the next year, I have the better English for first day here now.
Oh, actually, you know what? He's turned up. Here he is. Gustavo!
Oh,
Hi everyone, I'm here as
my savior.
here to save Daniel.
Poor Daniel, he looked very worried for a moment. He was like, oh my God, he wasn't speaking to me. And I don't.
No, I understand, but reply is more difficult.
Of course, yeah, it's the same with me in French. So, what I'm going to do, I'll ask the question again. By the way, someone else is saying that they're going to get a tattoo of Delphi as well if they ever get a tattoo. So, good. Maybe I'll start a craze. You will be the person who begins the craze. So, tattoo trend amongst programmers. Well,
Ooh.
the question I was going to ask is just, Gustavo, if you can. By the way, there was a very funny video that you should watch from last year when I was in Brazil. I was talking to Gus, just like
Yes.
now, and I said, "Well, you know, you're an MVP," and he said, "No, I'm not an MVP."
Yeah, that's
You're not
right.
an MVP? He's like, "No, I'm not an MVP. I'm just very busy." I'm like, "Okay, you're an MVP." It's like, what?
I was blown, and I was blown away. What? You can do that right on the spot?
Yeah, it's like I have a magic wand. So,
Yes.
yeah. I actually manage the MVPs and the tech partners, so it is my decision anyway. But I thought you were already, and I'm like, well, I'm going to fix that then. So there you go. But okay, so the question, Gustavo, if you can help translate Daniel's answer and maybe translate the question. So I saw in the video he was using Python, and actually our next guest has turned up as well, but he'll be fine for a minute. And Python's great. I mean, it is one of the languages that's used a lot for AI. Were there any points you wanted to make about Python and why you chose to use Python? I'll let Gus translate that for a second.
O Daniel ele quer saber por que tu escolheu Python e se tem algum ponto específico, por que tu decidiu fazer com Python, mais ou menos isso que ele quer saber.
Okay. I chose the Python because have models, available models when I need to just talk, and I usually call them for create the wrapper between Delphi and Python. Python have just installation whisper, and Delphi send a Python command to whisper, and Delphi between Python conversations. I can make this integration. I don't know if you
Yeah, so
understand.
it was easier to do it that way, is what you're saying, because there's a better integration for it. Yeah, very interesting stuff. I do, like I say, I watch all of you guys in Brazil, and you are very enthusiastic, but you're also very skilled. I mean, all of you, Kivian, and all the others, Salade, I mean, she's going around Europe at the moment, but Lady de Campos, Landerson, all of you are really remarkable guys. I really appreciate the effort that you put in promoting the language. And Edna Oliveira says, "Boa tarde." So,
Buenas tardes. Boa
yeah,
tarde.
exactly. But I really appreciate the amount of effort you all put in for the development stuff like that. It's a really great thing,
We miss you in Brazil, Ian. We miss you in Brazil.
I'm coming in September or whenever the event is. I am coming back, so I think I'm actually doing the keynote, so I have to come back. Yeah. I mean, they've already said they want me to come back this year, so I will be there in September. I think it is, maybe end of September.
Yes.
I'm not sure when.
11th September.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay. So it's the second week. I'm definitely coming though. So we'll see each other again, my friends. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot. I'm going to let you go, and we can get on to the next session. But thank you for both of you. Thank you, Daniel, for doing the video, and thank you, Gustavo, for turning up as his stunt double and translator. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks so much, Ian.
No worries. Bye bye.